Hello student, welcome to my class of computer science for class 11. In last video student, we have understand what was the IPR issue. In this video, we are going to understand licensing regarding the content. A software license is a document that provides the legacy binding the guideline to person who hold it for use and distribution of the software. It means to say student, whenever we are going to purchase a software as a end user, I mean to say as a user, so we need to follow some kind of a license agreement, and there are some guidelines and some kind of binding lines also. It typically provides you the user to right to make or more copies for software without violation of the copyright. Also define a responsibility for the parties entering into the license agreement. Maybe impose the restriction on how to software can be used. Software licensing term and condition usually include fair use of software, the limitation of liability, warranty, dissimilarities, disclaimers, and protections. Benefit of a licensing a software. So using unlicensed software against the law. The right software licensing can be save the money. We can receive the around to the log sciences support. Creative and Commons, that is CC, is an internationally assumed non-profit organization to provide free license for creators use it and making other work and availability of the public absence of the under certain condition. Every time a work is created, such when a journal article, writing or a photograph taken, that work automatically protected by copyright. Copyright protection prevent other from using work certain ways, such as copying the work or putting work online. CC license allow the creator of the work to select how they want other use to work. When a creator release their work under the CC license, member of the public knows they can't do with the work. This means that only need to seek and creator permission when they want to use work with way not permitted by license. The great thing in all double C license how work to be used for educational purpose. A result, a teacher and student can freely copy, share, and someone modify the remix or double C work without having seeking a permission creator. Pros and cons of the creative of the common license. So the pro of the using the creative common license, all work will be freely available online, and people can share use as per permission applied creative work. Further improvement in the creative work, it is possible if permission is given. Our original work is production and can be modified within the parameter of the Creative Commons license. The cons of using the Creative Commons license, we cannot revoke a Creative Commons license once again. Only subsequent use of will not be permitted if someone profit from the work, provided we do not give a non-commercial license attribute license. We cannot ask competitions or compensation of the license fee. The copyright of determinative work will be ambiguous. If someone uses your work to develop a new work and their uploads work is substantially different, there are arguments that initiative, creative, and common licensing no longer applies. So first, before attachment, creative common license work. Now we are talking about GPL, General Public License, that is also known as GNU and GPL, is a most commonly used free software licensing written by the Richard Stallman in 1989. The Free Software Foundation of GNU protect this license allow the software to be freely used, means freedom for use, not price wise free, modified and redistributed by anyone. WordPress also an example of software released under GPL license. That definitely that's why we are used the modification execute of the anyone. Core value of GPL software are anyone can download and run the software, anyone can modify it, anyone can redistribute it and free copy of the software, anyone can distribute the modified version of the software. One of the primary aspect of the GPL is the copyleft. Copyleft is the play on the word copyleft but similar except means the protection is applied over the software development over the GPL software. For this reason, any work based on the WordPress inherit the GPL license. The GPL itself under the copyright ownership of the Free Software Foundation, that is FSF, and tax exempted charity organization founded by Salman GNU project in the order to generate funding for the free software development. Advantage of publishing software under GPL, that is General Public License. Regarding a regular feedback from the user help to develop software new areas. Open source software added the free development of the several other open sources software. It will be technical support from the development community. The cost of the software definitely maintained will be reduced as the voluntaries increase. Bugs can be defined easily as number of the people working on increases. It first copy left the license created for the open resources community. Open source product itself will tempt the user try to use it. Disadvantage of GPL license: if GPL license product is used in any commercial product, then the entire product has to be released as open source. Most of the companies set a ban to use GPL product. Lots of people are not aware with the strict form of the GPL. It is extremely viral. If your product contain component that contain the component, definitely whole project is subject to GPL 2 also. The Apache license is a free and open source software that is known as FLOSS. Licensing agreement for the Apache Software Foundation beginning in 1995. The Apache Group, later Apache Software Foundation, their initial license was essentially same as the old BSD license. Apache did not likewise the creator and Apache license 1.1, a side variation on the modification BSD license. In 2004, Apache decided depart from the BSD model a little more radically and produce Apache license version 2. Main feature of Apache license: copy, modify and distribute the covered software in source and binary the form exercise pattern, write that normally only the extender provide that all copies modifier or unmodifier the accomplished by copy license. All the modification are clearly marked as being work the modifier. All the notice copyright, trademark and patent right are reduced accuracy by distributed copies. Now, in general, open source means any program whose source code made available publicly for use or modification as user or other developer see fit. One, I'm to say, open office software is usually made freely available. Following criteria must be met for open source. Source code must be included. Anyone must be allowed to modify the source code. Modify version can be redistributed. The license must not be require the extension of others. In general, open source means any program whose source code is made available publicly for use or modification as a user or the other developer to see it. Open source software is usually made freely available. Following criteria must be met for open source. Source code must be included. Anyone must be allowed to modify the source code. Modified version can be redistributed. The license must not require the exclusive of others. Example of open source software: here open source software like Linux, Ubuntu, DBMS, MySQL or MongoDB, as a programming language Java, PHP, Python, as internet browser, web server, Chrome, Firefox, Apache HTTP server, Apache Tomcat also. Open data is the data which can be accessed, used and shared by anyone to bring about social, economic and environmental benefit. Open data become be usable when available in common machine readable format. Following criteria must be met with the open data: must be licensed in permit people and share it do not have limitation to use any form. It must be free to use, but cost should be reasonable. It can be reused and redistributed. Open government data refers to the information collected, produced pair of the public bodies, that is PSI, and made of freely available for reuse only purpose. The five basic principles of the Open Office decided in G8's summit in 2013 are: open data by default should be equality or quality, that quality will be well, reusable by all, release all data for improved governments, release data for innovation. Now we are talking about privacy law. So privacy is the aspect of the information technology which deals with the ability to an organization or individual to determine what data in the computer system can be shared with the third parties. Now privacy law, regulation that protect the person's organization's data, private and government collection, storage and release of his or her financial, medical and other personal information for third party. Classification of privacy law, general privacy law that have all, that means to say overall bearing and the personal information of the individual, specific privacy law that are designed to regulate the specific type of information, example communication privacy law, financial privacy law, health privacy law, information privacy law, online privacy law and privacy on at homes also. Why privacy matter? To limit on power on the company who hold data, to respect for the individual, to maintain appreciate social boundaries, to maintain freedom for or through the speech of person whom data belong, to maintain freedom of social political activity person whom are belong data. Privacy threats, so web tracking, data collection, lack of security, connected everything, public Wi-Fi, government spying, social networking. So the Indian privacy law technology, that means Act 2000 section 43A of Indian Informal deals with the issuing the related payment of the consignments of civil and punishable in case of wrongful decision or misuse by the person data, violation of the contextual term of the aspect of the personal data. First one thing, under Information Technology Act 2000, a body corporate who is processing, dealing or handling any sensitive personal data or information, the government has notified that Information Technology Rule 2011, the rule only deal with protection of sensitive personal data or information of the person, which includes such personal information which consists of information related to password, financial information such as bank account or credit card or debit card or other payment instruction details, physical or psychological and mental health condition, sexual orientation, medical record or any history, biometric information under section 72A of the Indian Information Technology Act 2000. It is disclosure of the information knowing and internationally without the consent of the person or consent in the branch of the particular lawful contract and punishable with the imprimatur of the term extending the 3 year of the fine extending, that is 5 lakh. Computer fraud, so it is using the computer or we can say the internet to take alert electronic data or gain the unlawful use of computer internet. Legal computer activity include phishing, social engineering, viruses and DDoS attack also. So any crime that involves a computer and network is called computer crime or cyber crime, or that term the crime in which computer is object of crime, hacking, phishing, spamming or use of the tool to commit the offense, child pornography, hate crime like that. Such, that means to say steps to protect the yourself against the cyber crime. Make sure your sensitive security software is current and update regularly. Log or log off your computer when you step away. Go offline when you are don't internet connection. Consider sharing the less online. Think twice about your Wi-Fi. When in doubt, don't click. Now phishing. Phishing is a cyber attack that use the different kind of email as the weapon. Uh, Attackers masquerade and trusted entry. Some kind of goal is to trick email recipient into believing that the message it is actually something they want to need. Recipient fills sensitive information like account number, username, password, etc. Then attackers use these. How to prevent phishing? Always check the spelling of the URL before click it. Watch out the URL redirects that send a different website with the identical design. If receive an email from the same source suspicious, contain the source with the new email rather than the hitting reply. Don't post personal data like your birthday, vacation plan, or your address or phone number publicly or social media. Illegal downloading. It is obtaining file or computer resources that we not have to write to use the from the internet. Copyright law prohibits the internet user from the obtaining the copy of the media we do not legally purchase. These law exist to prevent the digital privacy. Much of the generally conducted through the internet file sharing. How prevent illegal downloading? Movie piracy has actually decreased the significant through the BitTorrent and other trackable method. As the absorption of the curve of the Netflix streaming option has increased, the answer there is simple: make cheaper and easier to access media in a legal manner, and more people will utilize those paths than the legal path. Child pornography. It is considered to be a descriptions of the minor and the individual who appear in the monitor who is engaged in the particular sexual or sexually related product or content. This include the picture, video and computer generated content also. Even altering the image or video so that appear to be minor can be considered child pornography. Child pornography is the crime in India. IT Act 2000 and Indian Penal Code, that is 1860, provide the protection from the child pornography. The newly passed Information Technology Bill is set to make legal not only create the transmit child pornography and electronic from but they browse it. With the growth of the online services and increased use, there are many opportunity for the criminal commit scam fraud. These are dishonest and a scheme that seek to be take advantage of unsuspicious people to gain the benefit. These are often contain spam and phishing messages. Common type of online scam include unexpected price scam, unexpected money scam, dating or romance scam, threats and extortion scam, job or investment scam, and identity theft. Do not respond to online scam or fraud if you are receiving email or SMS which looks like a scam. The best thing to do that to delete it. It is the best solution for online scam. Now cyber for okay, so it is a way to electronic discovery of the technique that is used to determine really reveal the technical crime evidence. Various capability of the cyber forensic are computer forensic, computer exams, data analysis, database study, malware analysis, mobile device, network analysis, photography, video analysis, etc. So student, we have completed the cybercrime and IPR issue along with licensing and their different theft and phishing also. I hope you have understand it. Till then student, thank you and have a nice day.